Welcome, Estefania. I'm so happy to have you here. And today we have a topic which I never had before here on the podcast and not on YouTube. So I'm very, very happy to touch on this new topic. And we will speak a little bit about how it is to become an influencer and to be an influencer. So please go ahead. Who are you?
My name is Estefania, but everyone knows me as Chepiux, which is my Instagram user. Everything began uh, about 2 years ago when I went to a theme park and I was recording a video of me like crossing some stones, and something happened and I uploaded that video and it went viral.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
So now, um, after that video, I received offers to sell that video, but also to promote some discount codes and a lot of things like collabs with some brands, known brands. I have worked with shampoo brands and face cream brands, and it was all because of that video that went viral. Well, but after that, I certified in yoga, so my Instagram became a little bit more about yoga and wellness and all of that. And during my certification year, there was an Instagram who was making a call for ambassadors. And this Instagram was an Instagram that is for a brand that promotes wellness events. And so I sent my videos and my information, and they interviewed me and all of that. And I was really sincere on telling them, like, well, I went viral, and most of my followers came to my Instagram because of that video. But now I've been sharing a lot of things about yoga and wellness and habits and how to change your habits and to care more for your health. And so they gave me the ambassadorship. I don't know how to say that, but yeah, I became an ambassador for that brand. And this year I've been promoting those events with a discount code. And as I mentioned, I also collaborated with some brands. I've done videos for some friends, um, for my dentist, uh, for for a lot of different things that I like and that I normally use in my life. For example, I did for some friends that sell fungus, like but to eat, like champies. How do you say that in English?
Yeah, like the mushrooms we put
Yeah.
into our food, not the other ones.
Yes, 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 exactly. They make these mushrooms to eat, and it's really easy to prepare them because they already prepare them as one of our Mexican dishes, like it's mushrooms al pastor. So it's delicious, and I collaborated with them in a video, and I've been doing some collabs with some brands, also brands that are like sponsors for the events, because a part of our contract of being ambassadors for this brand is to do videos for the sponsors during the event, of course.
Yes, now
Yeah.
you told us already a little bit what are you doing, and you mentioned that you're a yoga teacher too. This is how I found you. I think I was just scrolling through Instagram and there was a video we both liked and we both commented. And because I liked your comment, I went to your Instagram page and I stayed. And then we got in touch and yeah, we had a really, really nice call. And this is why I invited you today. And I'm so happy that you're here. And I would love to know a little bit more. What do you do as an influencer? You told us that you're making videos. Is there anything else? How is the video making?
It's something complicated, I have to say, to be honest, because you really have to know your audience and create kind of like a strategy. It's no longer what you like to share, it's what your audience likes to watch or problems that you can solve for them. So sometimes I try to most of the time I do what we call memes because those posts kind of have reach with the algorithm,
The
but
humor.
also I try to do some videos about, I don't know, this yoga pose helps you to do this, or these specific poses help you when you have cramps, and some myths about yoga. I've done some posts about it. I am working on a post for poses that can help you with sadness. Um, I also try to, besides yoga, try to go with the spiritual thing, which is something that I believe yoga also includes. But I also like to do some oracle videos with messages, like nice messages for the people. Every Monday I have my Oracle Monday, and I normally try to show everyone my yoga practice. I also certified as a Pilates teacher recently. So I also practice Pilates. One day is yoga, the other is Pilates. So I try to alternate those, but to share the practice to motivate. I think that the way I can help others is like inspiring or motivating them. So if they see that you're able to do this every day, they will find a way to do it, I don't know, maybe 3 days a week, you know? So, and it's like, if I can, you can, because I also have a 9 to 5 job, and I also have 2 dogs and 2 geckos. So if I can do it, you can do it. It's sometimes like people, well, they don't want to find the time to give to themselves, you know? Like, okay, yeah, I wake up at 5 a.m. to do that because that's the time I can, you know? But I am certain that a lot of people can take 15 minutes and kind of do a yoga stretch or something and get in touch with their body and their soul and calm their minds. So that's what I try to do to inspire. I also share a little bit about my life and how I try to be and to stay more healthy. Um, I I used to smoke and I'm about to
Quit on that.
no, I have already.
Ah, you have.
Yeah,
Really
I'm
nice.
about to be 1 year without a cigarette. So
Yeah, how is
I
it
also
called?
try
With
to share
alcohol,
about.
it's sober. With drugs, it's clean. How is it with cigarettes? I mean, is it clean as well? I have no idea.
Well, I hypnotized. I went to a therapy where they hypnotized me like to stop smoking. I wasn't sure if it was going to work, but it did. And yeah, I'm about to be 1 year cigarette free. So I,
Yeah,
that
congratulations about that. And it sounds really, really interesting. I've heard it, but I never really believed that it could work.
I was like, how am I supposed to like give you all my cigarettes and just listen to this and then I'm going to stop smoking? But it happened, so I'm not sure why or how, but it did. So it was nice because I was so addicted. Like I did smoke like one pack a day, and yoga was one of the things that made me it made me start thinking more about my health. And also, when you're breathing in yoga, it's harder if you smoke. So I think that it really helped me not only to be more flexible or stronger, but also to care more for myself and to care more for my health. So that's why I really thank myself for taking that yoga certification, and that's why I want to share yoga philosophy and all of that in my Instagram. So if I can inspire anyone to be healthier, I hope I can. So
I'm sure that you do this, but it seems like you have to be really open to share about your personal life, at least to a certain level, to work as an influencer. Would you say this is right?
well, I wouldn't say that because there are a lot of faceless accounts, but if you want to be like an influencer who shows their face and all of that, I think that it's easier to connect with your audience if you're being authentic. Like if you're saying and if you're sharing your experience rather than just say facts,
Yeah.
right? If I say like this worked for me because blah blah blah, um it's going to be easier for them to understand and to kind of relate to that experience if you're sharing something authentic and something real, right? So I think that staying real may be something that could help. I mean, I know that there is a lot of people who prefers like not to show on their Instagrams, like the faceless accounts. But I think that to be an influencer, of course, you have to like show yourself and share a little bit of you to be able to connect.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of these faceless accounts, to be honest. I don't like to see them, and I don't see any purpose behind these accounts. But this is a whole different topic. We just leave it aside for another episode. So, how do you get the cooperations? You said that you applied for one, but how is it now that you've done a few cooperations or worked as an influencer for several companies or events? How do you get like the next one, the next one, the next one?
Well, sometimes it's because they're my friends and I've already tried like their products, like the mushrooms or my dentist. And as I've tried them, they were like, "Hey, can you do a video?" And I'm like, "Sure." Um, for example, I had a it's kind of like an Amazon, but for flowers and presents, and it delivered all over the country. And they came to me. In fact, it was all about that viral video that I have. They came to me. They're kind of like a platform where they have their customers and they kind of are looking for people and say, "Oh, I think you might be good to promote this." And then you have to like share with them your metrics, your Instagram metrics, and they evaluate with their customer if they want you to promote their code or their product. And in the cases where I worked with the shampoo brand and the face cream brand, it was the same as with the flowers brand. The kind of like a representative from this company came to me and was like, okay, I think you're great to promote this product, and can you share your statistics and all of that? And I just shared it, and they were like, okay, you were approved, we're going to send you the product. I normally do not accept the proposals where I am not able to try the product, because I don't want to recommend anything that I haven't tried myself. I feel like I would be lying to my followers if I am like saying, "Oh, look, this is great," and I haven't even tried it, right? So normally I only accept these collabs when they give me the product so I can try it, and then I can do kind of the review. And that happened for the shampoo and the face cream. And for the flowers, kind of Amazon or whatever you want to call it, it's called enviaflores.com. um for that one, I had already tried that service, and I thought it was cool, because it's like if you forgot a birthday, you can just like 2 clicks and you have already sent flowers to that person. So I was like, it can help a lot. And with my discount, it was like I was giving them free shipping, for example. So I thought it was great, and my friends used it and all of that. So I kept it as long as I could. The campaign has already finished, but I had it like for more than a year and a half. So it really helped. And the one for the events, yes, I applied for it. And well, it was for the whole year. I'm hoping to renew the contract if possible. That is not on my end to decide, but I hope so. I will let you know soon. You'll be seeing that on my Instagram. But yes, I've loved it, and I've been doing this for as long as it's possible. I'm just trying to share useful information, like for people to know more about yoga and to get motivated to try it. Like, it's not only if you're flexible that you can do yoga. I mean,
Absolutely.
you develop your flexibility there, so you don't need to be flexible to start, and all of those myths and some things that could help. So
Yes, and how do you combine being an influencer with being a yoga teacher and working a 9 to 5 job?
well, it's really, really complicated. Sometimes I feel like time is not enough. I mean, I normally try to stay healthy with my habits. I don't like to stay up late just to finish a video or to finish my work or something. So I have to really be organized and be, well, I wake up at 5 a.m. so I can do like all my wellness routine. I do meditation, tapping, journaling, yoga or Pilates. And then I have to feed my pets. Sometimes I take them for a walk around the corner, and I wake up really, really early, and sometimes I don't know how I manage my time to be able to create content, do my yoga, prepare my yoga and Pilates classes, and do my 9 to 5 job responsibilities. But it's I'd say you have to be organized with your life and try to have a routine. It's not like you cannot go out of the routine you have. I mean, you can modify it, but try to stick to it as much as you can. So it becomes something that you can do every day, like without being difficult. That's what I would say, like be really organized and well, try to flow with time and yes.
Yeah, I think it's really important to have routines. My own personal rule is that I don't skip my routine more than one day because I feel like if it's the second day and then it's easier just, oh, I do it the third and the fourth day instead of, okay, like, because then I start to think, okay, maybe like tomorrow I will come home even later. So I do it today. And then the next day it's like, do I want to really skip it? No, I do it. So it's better to convince myself to do it. But when I say, no, I skip it, I skip it. So then I can start to establish a new routine. Because if it's not working, it's fine to establish a new one. But no, like the things that work, I try not to skip more than once.
Totally. And sometimes when you're not like into doing yoga, for example, I read on this book, Atomic Habits, that probably you've read it. It's a really nice book which talks about how to construct and build your habits. And one of the things that worked a lot for me was if you're not into doing the habit right now, do the 2-minute version of it. Like, for example, if I'm not into doing yoga today, okay, let's just put the mat on the floor, sit there, do some breaths, stretch a little bit. And if that's all you can do for today, just do that. But you're doing like the 2-minute version of your yoga habit, you know? And that really helped me because once you're there, most of the time you say, okay, I'm already here. Let's do 15-minute yoga practice. And it happens. And when you don't want to do it, it's like, okay, but I did my 2-minute version. So I can tick on that, you know? And it also it's satisfying because you weren't able to do it, but you did your best, kind of saying. So that's one of the things that worked a lot for me and that I adopted from that book and that I really think that helped you. Like if you don't want to go for a run, well, just walk around the corner and it'll work well. It'll work well for you. Well, I think so.
Yes, I believe this 100%. And let's stay a little bit in this advice section because I would love to ask you for one another advice. What is your advice for someone in the yoga industry who wants to become an influencer too?
Okay. Well, first of all, you have to believe in yourself. You have to it'll sound a little bit weird, but you have to understand Instagram a little bit or the social media you're trying to be an influencer in. You have to understand the algorithm. You have to understand the people you want to talk to. You have to understand the strategies you can use to get to that people, the keywords, the words that you have to avoid. And in my case, it's been a little bit difficult because as I also share about my life and other interests, it's I don't feel like I always reach to my target. But if you're only going to be dedicating to yoga, you're going to have a target uh, that it's really defined, so you're able to build a strategy over that. I think that the most difficult part for me was that I refused to separate my personal life from that Instagram because that was my personal Instagram. So that's what's been hard for me. But if you build a really good strategy, delimiting like all your target your target people, um you can develop a strategy to get to them and to grow as fast as Instagram allows you. Sometimes we think like the algorithm hates us, you know, but it's not that. It's just like maybe you're not using the correct words, or you're not sharing something that your crowd would like to see. So that's why you really have to say, okay, my target is to reach out to girls between 25 and 35. I'm just saying, right? And what are their problems, and what solutions can I offer, right? So one of my most watched videos is the one that I have like for yoga poses when you have cramps, because a lot of girls our age suffer from that. And those are poses that you can do laying in your bed, or in your couch, or in the floor. Just put your mat if you want. So I think that those are really great points, like to see and to delimitate your 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 target, and try to think of their problems and what solutions can you offer to them. And also, I would say maybe you can take some courses about the platform that you're trying to be successful in. So maybe you can understand a little bit more of how it works, how the algorithm works. But yeah, I think that, and also, well, study a lot of yoga so you can share a lot more.
Yes, I totally agree on that. And especially what you said, find your platform. Because at first I was only on Instagram. I had the YouTube channel, but I wasn't uploading videos. So it wasn't really existing. And then I uploaded a video where I spoke about my experience with having endometriosis and how I helped myself using plants and herb medicine, and how was the surgery I had, how I just deal with this on a day-to-day basis. And like on the first day, I think it got like 200 views. I really didn't expect that. As I said, like I had, let's say, 5 followers and 3 of them were my family. So it wasn't really existent. But it's like you say, when you have a topic and you speak to the right people, then it is quote unquote easy to grow on a specific platform. But I need to say I'm still finding out which platform is working best for me, and I haven't decided yet.
Yes, I'm thinking on expanding to like to YouTube, like maybe share some 15-minute yoga practice, still working on that. But yes, and also if you have like, we all have like that friend that knows a lot of social media. And I do have a friend that she's a TikToker. She in fact lives in Germany, in Hamburg.
It's so interesting because I was to say, like, the person who's constantly inspiring me, she's Mexican too.
And she when it all started with the video, with the viral video, I went to her and say, hey, I'm thinking of starting sharing some content. What what should I do? And she was really nice, and she was like, oh, you can use this tool, and you can do this and do that and share this and that. And that was really nice from her. And um I really appreciate that, because it was kind of like a guidance that you sometimes would love to have. And normally it's right there next to you with a friend that probably, if you only ask, they will say, oh, okay, sure, I use this, use that, and do this, do that. So also try to ask people about what they do and what works for them. And that doesn't mean that that is going to work for you, but maybe you can have an idea of what you can try. And also, it doesn't matter if you wanted to share something and it didn't work, right? It's like if it comes from your heart, just leave it there. Maybe in a few days or years, it'll become viral. You don't know. So
If it's
just
really
leave
from
it.
the heart, if there's one person who saw it, you don't know if you change the person's life. Like if it's one person's life, that's 100% that you wanted to do with the video, right?
Exactly, exactly. So yeah, if you got only 5 views, but of those 5, it helped uh, a lot to 3 of those 5 views. That's your goal. I mean, you don't have to get to 1 million people. Just as much as long as you make a difference, it's worth it, I think.
Absolutely. And I
And
think this is why it's
sometimes
so important. Sorry, go first, please.
no, no worries. And sometimes like uh my Monday oracles they don't have a lot of views, but a lot of people kind of says like, thank you, I really needed to hear this, or I really needed to read this, and I'm like, okay, if I only got 5 likes and 2 reproductions or something, it doesn't matter. It helped someone. So that's nice.
Yes, and I just wanted to add, the thing is, if you're doing what you love, then you won't see it as some kind of metric or some kind of number, because you will see the impact. And I think this should be the goal, like which impact are you willing to reach and not which number.
Exactly, exactly. And the numbers will come later, I would say. Like,
Some sooner, for others later.
yeah, if you keep pushing, like, just don't give up. I mean, it's something that can take a lot of time. There are people that, I don't know, hit the jackpot like I did and went viral. But I would say I didn't kind of took advantage at the time because I started to share content like a year after or some months after I started with the flower discount code, but not exactly like sharing content about yoga or all of that. I would say I started maybe almost a year later, a little bit less than a year later to share content because I wasn't prepared. That was like surprisingly.
See,
Yeah, I wasn't expecting to become viral with that video, but I did, and it helped me gain like 2,000 followers, and that gave me the metrics for the discount codes, and well, it all started there and just went up, but yeah, it was uh I would say there is a lot of people that hits the jackpot and goes viral, and then their followers start growing faster. But there's also this path you can follow in which you can continue to grow like organically, and it doesn't matter. The people who will like to see your content will be there, and you will reach out to them with your keywords and all of that and your strategy. And the people who won't, well, just let them leave. Like, also, do not get sad if you sometimes see less followers than what you used to see, right?
yes, I think this is such a very important thing to keep in mind. And where can we find you and how can we connect with you?
Well, you can find me on Instagram as at Chepiux. I don't know if you can maybe write
Of
it
course, I will
in
I will put the link.
the video. Perfect. And well, there I share a lot of things about yoga, astrology, oracles, tarot, and all of that. And well, you can DM me, you can I don't know, comment if you want me to share anything else about me or um, their Instagram. I'm thinking of YouTube soon, but I will let you know on my social media if I will.
Perfect. So we'll stay tuned. Thank you very, very much for this super interesting interview and the very personal insights. I think this is a side we usually don't get to see on Instagram. So thank you very, very much. And as always, it's a pleasure to talk to you.
Oh no, Steffi. Thank you so much for your time and for inviting me. It's an honor for me to be here. And well, let's hope for a second round soon.
Absolutely.